Hey guys, what's going on? Jeff here from Films at Home, and today we got a whole bunch of movies we got to get through. Hey everyone, thanks for coming back to the channel. Today's collection update video is something I've been meaning to do for a long time. I've bought some new titles, got some new stuff in for review, and added some really cool stuff to my collection from a few different sources. So we're going to talk about that in today's video. It'll just be a quick update. Now, if you do like Blu-ray, 4K, movie collecting, home theater, all that stuff, please subscribe to the channel. Hello to all the new subscribers out there. We just passed 25,000, which is crazy. As you know, my goal was to hit 50,000 by the end of 2020, and we are well on our way, so I appreciate all of you. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Like this video and leave me a comment. Let me know what you picked up recently. It's always fun to check out what other people are buying. With that being said, let's jump right into this video. So the first Blu-ray that I have here is actually from Blue Underground and MVD Entertainment distribution in the US. They sent it out to me. 3-disc limited edition of House by the Cemetery. I love these Blue Underground titles. I have quite a few of them now. I love the cover art. I love the work that goes into them. The packaging is always super cool. So on the inside, you've got a Blu-ray disc, you've got a disc full of special features, and then you also have a CD, which is the motion picture soundtrack. They always give you the CD as well, which is really cool. Absolutely love these releases. If you're a classic horror fan, these are great to have. They can be a little expensive, but again, it's a small indie studio. They put a lot of work into these, and so you're paying for that. This is a new 4K restoration from the original uncut camera negative, and it has all kinds of new extras. Like I said, a whole disc full of special features. So if you like this kind of stuff like me, this is a great release. Go check out Blue Underground, check out all their releases, but these are all limited edition too, so you got to grab them while they're out there. They go out of print and they get very expensive if you don't grab them on release or very close to release. So go check that one out. House by the Cemetery, super cool release from Blue Underground. Also from MVD and now Arrow Video, I have Edge of the Axe. This is another one that had to add to my collection. It's actually a foreign slasher movie, late 80s, considered like one of the slasher classics, but I don't think a lot of people know about it. It's from a Spanish filmmaker, and this is a new 2K restoration. It's also loaded with special features, as always. Has really cool reversible artwork if you want to mess with that. You know, Arrow always does an incredible job with their releases, and so the picture quality and audio is excellent. It's all restored from the original elements. The problem is when you take this out and you're shooting a video, it's hard to get back in. But yeah, 2K restoration from original camera negative, English and Spanish versions, uncompressed original mono audio. There's some English subtitles, brand new English subtitles for Spanish, the soundtrack, and brand new audio commentaries with one of the actors, a couple filmmakers, and all kinds of really cool stuff behind the scenes on this. And I've heard it's a really cool Spanish slasher movie. I don't have a ton of international slashers other than Italy, probably. That's mostly where the international slashers came from, so it's cool to check out a Spanish one. I think that Pieces was Spanish too. Maybe somebody knows in the comments. I think it was based in Boston, but I think it was actually a Spanish production. Could be Italian, I don't know, but that's another one that Grindhouse Releasing did, was Pieces. But there's some really cool slashers out there. If you're into that kind of thing, go check out Edge of the Axe from Arrow Video. Now I've got a couple purchases that I actually made. First of which is Apollo 11 on Blu-ray. Now there is a 4K release of this in the UK, but I would highly recommend you do some research, as I did. I was going to import the 4K from the UK, and that's hard to say, 4K from the UK. But I watched some screenshots and read some reviews, and the HDR grading on it looks terrible. It's very pink. In one scene, they actually change a guy's shirt from white to a bright blue because of the color grading and the crazy stuff they did. And so In the end, I decided I'd opt for a cheaper version, go for just the Blu-ray. I was really interested in watching this after I saw First Man. This is supposed to be an incredible documentary, and so I think it was only like $10 on Amazon. Comes with the digital copy, so really good deal. Excited to check this out soon on the projector and see what all this archived footage. It's all like 70 millimeter, 35 millimeter, some of it's 16, but it's all restored and completely remastered, so that's really cool. And then a movie I've been wanting to see for a long time. I picked this up off the app Mercari. If you don't know that app, it's actually my favorite. Outside of like eBay or like, I guess, Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace, Mercari's the best of the group of like Close 5, Let Go, those kind of apps. I really like Mercari. They make it easy to buy and easy to sell and ship. And so I bought Searching off of there, got this for $10. It's been notoriously hard to find for me. I kept trying to find it used at places like Bull Moose, and I was trying to find it in stores and couldn't find it for a good price. I checked on Black Friday this year and there wasn't a good price. Everywhere it was like 15, 16 bucks. And so I grabbed this for $10 in Mercari. You know, the slipcover could be in better condition, but I just heard really good things about the movie. I like these kind of internet psychological thrillers, mysteries, and so I'm excited to check it out. I think it's going to be a really good one, right up my alley. Now we've got some cool stuff that HD Movie Source sent me. I'll leave a link to them down in the description. As you know, I've been working with them for a little bit. They're really cool guys over there. They're just starting to get their US store set up, so be patient with them, but they're really cool. They do a lot of good stuff, and they actually sent me some awesome movies. First one being A24's in Lionsgate, The Farewell. I have heard great things. Awkwafina won a Golden Globe, I know that, and she wasn't nominated for the Oscar. I don't think she was, which is kind of crazy. She won the Golden Globe, but she won for comedy, and Golden Globes do comedy versus dramas and all that. But I've heard great things. I love A24 movies, so I was going to add this to the collection. They had it, asked if I wanted it. Absolutely. And then they sent me a 4K of Rambo Last Blood. So I'm a little bit behind on reviewing some of the 4K titles, as you'll see in another one I have coming up. But I will get to this. I will do a review for you. Rambo Last Blood. Haven't seen it at all. Didn't see it in theaters. But I actually really liked the last Rambo movie from 2008. I thought it was awesome. And so if this is just a savage, crazy action movie, I'm going to be happy with that. I don't really need a Oscar-winning drama here. I'm watching a Rambo movie. I just want it to be crazy, shoot 'em up, lots of violence. Like, that's what I'm looking for. So I think it'll be really good in that sense. But we'll see what happens with that one when I do the review. And then the other cool thing they sent is they actually sent me a couple of replacement cases for 4K. Now, these can be hard to find sometimes, you know? And so they sent me some really cool stuff. They sent me one with a the kind of arm, the swing arm in the middle. And then they sent me just a standard 2-disc. And so it's always nice to have. I have Blu-rays in my closet, empty cases that I can use to replace damaged copies, or maybe you find something at a Goodwill or at a used movie store and the case is all mangled, you know, but you can put artwork in these and just pop the discs over and nobody would ever know the difference. So they actually sell these on their site, which I didn't know. They sell Blu-ray and 4K replacement cases. So if you're looking for something like that, check them out, because these can really come in handy to just have a handful for your collection, just in case something happens, or like I said, you find a damaged copy out there of a movie you really want. You know, you don't have to turn it away because the case is damaged. Take it back, throw it in a replacement. It's good as new. So now these last few, they also came from the studios. I had a lot of stuff I had to get through here. But first up, I actually was sent this from Mill Creek. They've been doing some really good stuff lately. It's made in Manhattan. Not really for me, more for the wife, but Mill Creek was putting it out again. I do believe there's another Blu-ray out there already, so for some reason Mill Creek decided to re-release it. I don't know if the other one was out of print or what the story is, but it is actually a Blu-ray DVD combo pack, which is kind of cool. You know, usually you just see a Blu-ray on a re-release. And so, you know, I don't think there's any new transfer or anything like that, new audio. It's still a DTS HD 5.1. You know, 1080, you know, I don't see anything about a remaster, but it's kind of a classic rom-com, and, you know, my wife wanted to grab it, and so they offered it, and I said, sure. I also recently got in the Addams Family from Universal. They sent this out to me on Blu-ray. I really wish there was a 4K for this because I think that Addams Family, the animation would lend itself really well to some HDR color grading and some improved color over the Blu-ray. But ultimately, when it comes to animated movies, you don't really need 4K resolution. So I'm just excited to have it. I actually really like the Universal, these animated movies they've been putting out. They look like, what's it called? This one looks like the Minions, Illumination, but it's not actually by them. But really cool. Happy to have it. Happy to add it to my collection. And then a 4K review that I need to get to this week. This came in from Paramount, and it is Terminator Dark Fate. I know a lot of people mixed reviews about this and what they thought of it, but as I say in my reviews, I'm here to check out the 4K, check out the visuals, check out the audio. Is it worth purchasing if you're going to purchase on 4K? And so that's what I do. And so I think this has some potential to be a nice 4K release. Definitely audio-wise because it has some Dolby Atmos. It also has Dolby Vision and some really nice HDR. So, we'll see what happens. I don't know if it's a 4K digital intermediate yet. I haven't checked. But I would assume because of CGI and effects, it's not. But we'll see what happens. But Paramount sent this, and I'll be doing a full review on it very soon. And now the last two releases I got, they're actually both DVDs, but I'm becoming less and less of a Blu-ray and 4K snob. And if I find something interesting that I can own, and my only way to own it is on DVD, I'm probably going to pick up the DVD. Now, these movies are available on streaming in HD, but I don't like to stream stuff so much unless it's exclusive to streaming. I'd rather own the disc and watch it that way. I feel like a DVD disc sometimes is almost as good a quality as an HD stream on another service, so just because of compression and whatnot. But they both came from Magnolia Home Entertainment. One's a documentary and one's kind of a mockumentary, which is interesting. First one is Mr. America, Tim Heidecker. He's from, oh my God, I'm blanking on the name now. Tim and Eric, awesome show, great job. He was in Us as well. So this is kind of an interesting movie. It's a mockumentary, but it's kind of almost a parody of the American political system, and he's going to run for district attorney, and how absurd those campaigns can be, and how somebody can win with no experience, and just how crazy some of our elections can get, especially like local and community ones, state level elections, town elections. So I'm excited to check it out. Haven't watched it yet, but Tim is super funny, and so I definitely want to watch that. And then this one I did watch, and this is the documentary, and it's called Wrinkles the Clown. Now, this was super interesting. Now, on the back, it says, the scariest clown movie of 2019 is a documentary, comparing it to It Chapter 2. And I wouldn't say it's scarier than It Chapter 2. It Chapter 2 is not that scary, and neither is this. But it's a cool documentary about sort of internet phenomenon, how things go viral, how things can go out of hand when they go viral, how people can create these online personas, how kind of kids on YouTube and all these other apps can kind of drive the craziness. And then it takes it to a national level. Everyone remembers the scary clown craze. I always thought that it was like guerrilla marketing for the It movies, but it turns out it was actually this guy. He created a character online. It took off. He basically says, Wrinkles the Clown. Here's the phone number. Parents, call him if your kids are being bad, and we'll send Wrinkles to your house. And he gets thousands of text messages and phone calls, and it's all over the internet, videos of people calling the number and reacting to Wrinkles the Clown, and all kinds of crazy stuff. There's some really cool twists in this as well. So I had a lot of fun with it. Just a DVD, but honestly, the storytelling is what got me. It is widescreen, so there's nothing to worry about there. But I thought it was super interesting, and it really talks a lot about like the internet and how all that stuff can go so crazy and out of control before we even know it, which is kind of like Searching, that movie, that kind of internet phenomenon, mystery thriller I'm interested in, and this was a real life example, so that's really cool. If you ever watched on Netflix, Don't F with Cats, it's not as gruesome as that, it's not as disturbing as that, but it's similar. It's along those kind of lines of like where the internet sometimes takes people and gets really weird and how as a society we kind of lose our minds with that stuff. So just an interesting one, but check it out if you haven't. Magnolia Home Entertainment on DVD, and I will leave links to all these down in the description as well so you can check them out. So that's it for this video. Big collection update. Like I said, we've got 4K reviews coming for Rambo Last Blood, Terminator Dark Fate. I have some more stuff in the mail on the way from Universal, as well as Paramount. And I also got a chance to check out The Lighthouse on Blu-ray. Didn't get it into this video because I'm actually lending it out right now. But The Lighthouse on Blu-ray, just watched it a couple days ago, and it's incredible. I highly recommend it. Another A24 movie. The black and white picture is strikingly good on the Blu-ray. I really wish there was a 4K, especially since they shot it on film and everything else. Maybe there'll be a 4K overseas, but The Lighthouse is an incredible movie. It just got nominated for Best Cinematography, and so I wanted to throw that in here as well. But I highly recommend it. It's a solid Blu-ray release. Just make sure you have a strong center speaker, or you have your left and rights set up to both shoot out the mono sound, because it is a mono audio track, which is kind of interesting. But it was shot on old cameras using old equipment. They wanted everything to feel from the time period, so that was really cool. So thank you for watching. Like I said, check out all the links down in the description. Remember to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment with what you've picked up lately, and always check out my Amazon links if you're ever looking for something for your home theater: seating, shelving, projectors, TVs, receivers, players, whatever it ends up being. Check those out. And also remember to follow me on Instagram. If you ever have any questions, that's a great place to get in touch, or you can get in touch through my email under the About section on the YouTube channel page. That's another great way to get in touch with me if you have any questions, or want to purchase something and help support me. I can help you pick one out and use my link, and it helps support the channel. So all that's good stuff. I appreciate everybody. We're off to a strong start in 2020. I'm super excited. I'll talk to you guys soon. More 4K reviews coming, so stay tuned. I'm excited to do those. I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you guys in a bit.